So today we're going to be making a simple, basic shelving unit out of some scrap wood. So I had a large shipping container that I had some windows shipped to me in, and the crate was made out of sanded plywood, and there was no way I was letting this nice wood go to waste. So I pulled the whole crate apart, I saved the plywood and the slats, all the cedar slats, and even saved the screws. So they have some 2x4s. The inner ones on the left and the right will be the height of the cupboard, and the top and the bottom ones here will be the width of the cupboard. So cut those to the width you want. And you want to lay them all on edge, and then just pound the corners together to make yourself your little 2x4 ring here. And then lay a piece of plywood over the top of that, cut it to size. You can do that by just tracing the ring onto a piece of plywood. And then just screw it in place, about 9-inch intervals. It's usually good. So then stand it upright and get yourself a piece of plywood cut as high and as deep as you want your shelf. And then just screw that into the side of that 2x4 ring. Do the same thing on the other side. And then you want to mark off, once you get the side screwed on, mark off where you want your shelves to sit. Have your cat check and make sure everything's good. Cut yourself some slats and start some screws in them. It'll make it easier to screw it into the actual shelving unit. So start your screws ahead of time, and then put them where you made your marks, where you want your shelves, and screw those in place. And so then they don't have to go all the way across, because you just have to put them where you're going to put the support slats. And so then take a drill bit, small drill bit, and just drill holes a little bit above where you've got those slats. You just barely see the hole there. And measure your slats so that they'll fit across, and cut them to length. These are going to be the support slats for the shelves. So you put 2 on each shelf, and that's what the little side supports are for. You're going to put the screws coming in from the outside. Those are the holes you drilled. The screws will come in from the outside and go into the edge of those slats. So here's the hole. I'm just going to screw that in, and that's going right into one of the ends of one of those slats. So it gives you nice sturdy supports here. And so then measure the width of your cupboard from the inside. You want to measure inside the plywood so you know how wide you need your shelves to be. And then do the depth. And then do the depth of the 2x4 and the width of the 2x4, because you're going to have to cut out notches in the corner for those. So mark out your width and your depth. And then do the length and depth of the 2x4s so that you can cut out those corners. You're going to cut out those corners so your shelf will slide right around the 2x4s. So here's the shelf I've cut. You can see the little notches out of each of the corners, so that once you take it and just slide it right in there, it just slides right around those 2x4s nice and easy. And then once again, ask your cat to make sure everything's okay. Ask a different cat if you need to. So shelf number 1, shelf number 2, and shelf number 3. There's my little shelving unit so far. And you can also put wood glue on them if you want the shelves to be firm in place, but I'm just going to leave mine where they are. So then take another piece of plywood and lay it across the top. You can just use a tape measure to measure this, but I find it's better to just mark it off with a pencil, because scrap wood things are not always square. So then attach some 2x4s to the top of your sides by just screwing them in from the outside, 1 on each side. Those are going to support the roof. So then take that roof piece that you cut to size, lay that right across the top, and then just screw that right into those 2x4s on the sides and along the back. So here are my finished shelving units. Out of that crate, I was actually able to get 2. So I got the tall one with 3 shelves and the short one with 2 shelves. It's going to give me a lot of extra space out of one cupboard. And it's all scrap wood. So here it is once I've started filling the shelves. A little messy, but just kind of, I'll fix it later. So, and I just used cardboard dividers, but you could also use, if you have some extra wood, you could use wooden dividers.